Hey, it's Elizabeth O'Carroll here, and today I have a very special guest with me, Tobias. I'm probably not saying that right, but he also said I can call him Two Beers, so. And he's German, and we met here in Corsica, France. It's his second time to be here at this particular host, doing work exchange.
Yeah.
And we got to talking, and he has such an interesting life that I thought a lot of you out there would be interested and can benefit from his inspiration. So how he got here in his life presently in your 40s, right?
I'm 44 for the moment. In the May, 45.
45. Okay. Yeah. So soon a birthday and 45.
Soon is my birthday.
And so he's going to tell us a little bit about how his childhood formed his path of not being a person who follows everybody else, but blazes his own trail. So, all right.
All right. Good.
Yes. Tell us.
I'm nervous. Wow. Super. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. How to say? I think, I'm not special. My life was just different, I would say. And yes, everything begins in the childhood. I was born in the GDR. And I was seeing the wall falling down when I was 9 years old. Wow. And I think also there the story could begin. Because the thing is, in the GDR, there was the communist system. And they forced the society down, completely down. They had no conscience, nothing. Nothing was really allowed. You couldn't speak free. You couldn't read newspapers from West Germany or even watch television from West Germany. And from one point of the next, everything was changing, completely changing. The first what I was remembering was I was going to the supermarket and I was seeing a little bottle of Coca-Cola for 3 D-Mark, So they squeezed us like a citron, completely. They bought not all factories, but a lot of factories and closed them. A lot of people was workless, became homeless. And that was such a hard time. And also the society, had enough from the communist system. And so a lot of changed into the right-wing society. So, and also crime doesn't exist in the GDR. It absolutely doesn't exist. Yeah. So when, of course it exists, but not in the newspaper or on the television. Absolutely not. So crime is everywhere. Where you go, there's crime. Sure. It's exactly like that. And when I became a teenager with 12 or 13 years, I realized that I'm quite different, but I couldn't describe it in words. I was missing the words because I didn't have the experience of the life. And so my youth or my childhood was quite hard and isolated. More or less, I isolated myself, or I got isolated by other people. I didn't have really friends, and so the friends I got was wrong friends. And so, yeah, genau. And so I turned it a bit into into bad society,
like a rebel.
Yeah. Yeah, it was sort of a rebel. Yeah. The beginning was a bit crime. So everything what is normal today. So I don't want to say that it's normal to go in the supermarket and steal whatever you want. But more, also a lot of people does,
Yeah.
And somehow it's gesellschaftlich akzeptiert. Das bedeutet society accepted, more or less.
Yeah.
It's not a super crime, when you steal in the supermarket something. So some years after the GDR collapsed, it was the worst of the worst whatever can happen. I mean, imagine your parents, how they felt when they realized that your kid became crime. It was a horror trip for them. It was a horror trip.
Yeah.
No? And also in the school, I followed down. I was interested in actually not really anything.
So you were just kind of floundering around, just trying to find direction.
Yeah. So, exactly, yes. And all combinations came to the point that I left parents' home when I was 15. And I was in a home for difficult kids until I was 18 years old. Then I left. So that means from 15 to 18 is actually a really important time for everyone, because it's your youth, it's your childhood, your youth.
Sure.
I didn't have it. I absolutely didn't
You
have
had to grow up fast.
Yeah. I needed
skip that stage.
Because I was in this home for difficult kids, and I didn't have mom or dad or friends outside, so I never was going to party or whatever. So I mean, I had fun for sure.
Yeah.
Klar, but it's different. It's quite different. No. And that is maybe the reason why I decided for my own to live the inner child of my in myself, that I can live my youth in every age I am.
Yeah.
You understand this?
Yes, so you always carry that inner child with you.
Yeah.
You never lose sight of that.
Yeah. I live the inner child without being childish, because the experience I had in my life was intense.
Yeah.
And of course, everything was bringing me to the point where I am now. So.
Where are you now?
Here. I am now
fully
here.
Present.
It's difficult. It's difficult to explain this situation. I think it's better when I continue.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Then the next step was when I left this home for difficult kids. I changed also the city. I came to a bigger city, because in this home for difficult kids, I tried a lot of subcultures, you know. I tried a bit electro, I tried a bit hip hop, I tried a bit metal, and then I came to punk. And somehow punk was my mentality. So I realized, that's what I want. So just everything. So it was in this time the right decision, and it's I think also now that was the right decision. But I was so outside of society structures, and I was believing that I can do this punk trip my whole life long. I didn't think about future. Not a single bit. And I learned nothing. And I wasn't on work, or I worked also never where I had a boss above me. I don't want that. And So, and in this time, I didn't think about future. But the thing is, future is now here. And to see the mistakes, what I did in the past, I need to swallow sometimes. Because now with 44 years old, learned nothing, being homeless now, for the moment, this is not a daily situation. This is something... this is something where I struggle a little bit, but also the thing is, I live outside of society structures since more than 25 years. For me, it's impossible to live inside of society, absolutely impossible, because it's not my conscious, it's not the life what I want. And I told you also that I have the feeling, because why the most people are sick in civilization, sick in their soul, sick in their heart, is because they are disconnected from natural lifestyle, and I want to be connected. And so for me, the only lifestyle what I can imagine is the lifestyle in nature, really deep in nature, as best in the mountains. Because when I was 36 years old, I left Germany because different things came together. So sometimes in the life you have deep points.
Yeah.
So, and when you don't have the experience to handle these deep points, then you really fall down. And I had a situation where I needed to see how my life collapsed down complete.
Yeah.
And with my last power I had, mental power and physically power, I went to the French Alps, and there I lived 6 years long.
Wow. So you hit rock bottom, and it took you to the French Alps, where you spent 6 years.
Yeah.
And what were you doing there for 6 years?
The last 2 years in Germany, actually a bit longer, but the last 2 years was intense. I walked the Camino de Santiago also. It was something that changed my life extremely. I walked it 2012 to 2013 in the winter time, 1,600 kilometers, beginning December in Arles. This is a French little city. I walked the Via Tolosana and directly after the Camino Francais. And I came to Santiago de Compostela on 25th of March in 2013.
Ooh.
That was the trip of my life. That changed everything. Or that changed everything in myself, because you can walk free, and I walked free myself a lot. Yeah.
So that was your turning point, just being able to experience pure freedom and not having to be defined by a job or a place to live, or having to meet what we call the daily grind in America. You have to go to work and support your habit of living and eating and all that other good stuff. But here you found peace.
I found peace because also I need to turn back a bit. I was living in darkness more than 10 years long. Really living in soul darkness, because I hated everything. I was misunderstanding by myself. I misunderstood everything. I didn't like anything. I just wanted to have beer, party, sex, drugs, rock and roll, like that. So, and on one point I realized that I have a little inner light inside of me, and this little light is my soul, and my soul was nearly dying. She doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Not a single bit. And so I realized that I needed to change something. So, and this is a process that holds on your lifelong. But when you decide to change from dark side to the light side, so to change your mind from negative to positive.
Yeah.
So it took me 10 years long.
I was going to say, it's not easy. Most people can't just flip the switch like that, right?
Yeah. It's not a switch like that. This is inner work, complete among. This is manipulating yourself.
Yeah.
In a positive way. It's manipulating yourself in a positive way. Genau.
Yeah.
So, and also with this experience, with the Jakob de Santiago, oh mein Gott. The trip to the Camino de Santiago. After them, I begin agriculture.
Okay.
So gardening. So I am a Toro. So and Toro is an earth sign, and we want to be connected with the
Taurus?
Toro. Toro ist Stier. The star sign.
Ah, yes.
Ja,
okay.
genau. I don't know what is the name in English for Toro.
Toho. If anybody knows the name in English for Toho.
Na, Stier.
It's the earth sign.
No, it's the star sign.
It's the star sign.
Star sign, Sternzeichen.
We're going to have to look that one up.
Okay, alles klar. Yeah. You have 12 star signs for every month one.
Like I'm a Cancer crab born in July, right?
Okay, yeah. And you know your star sign, what you are?
Yeah, they call it in English Cancer.
Ah, alles klar.
Yeah.
Krebs.
Yeah. Little crabs.
Ja, genau, Krebs, genau.
Do you know your animal? Are you Pisces, earth and water?
No, I don't know that.
We'll have to, if anybody knows that, definitely put it in the comments below so we can be enlightened. So that is the earth sign.
That is the earth sign, genau. And so I like to be connected with earth. And on this time, I also realized that I want to do something good and that that was the first thing what interested me really a lot of.
Yeah.
Since I know the lifestyle in the mountains since 2011, because that was the first time I visited the people there where I lived later.
Okay.
And this was also the first time that these people accepted me how I was. And
Nice.
this is such an experience, and so
It really
it was
is.
only a question of time. For me, it was sure I want to have this natural lifestyle because it was an eye-opener. I had so deep depressions in the civilization and I didn't know where it came from until I came to the mountains first time. It was like, window open, door open. I see everything.
It's
I
like
see
a huge
myself.
epiphany, just boom.
Yeah, it was like boom. So
amazing.
and of course I visit these people every year for 1 month and I try to keep this energy when I came back in civilization. No chance. No chance. No chance. The spirit in the civilization is so strong that overrules you.
Yeah.
It overrules you when you are not strong enough. And this time I was weak.
Yeah.
So because I still was on the point where I didn't accept myself. So to accept myself, it was 1 year ago.
Recent. Well, congratulations.
Ago.
Yeah, congratulations.
1 year ago. Oh my God. That was also when I realized that, I like myself. I accept myself. Wow. Next step.
And I think that's so important for a lot of us too, is that we're so busy and caught up in the everyday that we don't accept ourselves.
Exactly.
We're constantly self-sabotaging. We're constantly having all these programs going on in our mind telling us you're not worthy, you're not this, you're not that.
Exactly.
And, and if you're vibing that way, it's what you're thinking of yourself, then those are the type of people you're going to attract in, and it's going to continue the cycle of not allowing that little light to shine bright. So it was so cool that you were able to be with nature.
Yeah.
And then with the people that accepted you just how you are and didn't try to change you, didn't judge you. And that's the type of people I love to be around, because you do you, I'll do me. Well, why can't we just be? So
exactly
that's
why
amazing.
We can't be just being. So, and what you said, this is brings me to the next point, because on a book I read, we are not our thoughts, Gedanken.
Yeah.
We only have it, but we give our thoughts, how to say
Our
it?
thoughts, energy.
Too much energy. We give them too much energy because we are thinking we are this, what the voice in our head tells us, but this is absolutely bullshit. When you are able to ignore this voice or just or don't give them power anymore, then you also will realize that 70% of all problems you ever had just disappear.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
So it's changing the way you think. And actually, it's like for me, I have to be a police officer of my thoughts, right? And I get a thought that comes in there that I don't want. And I say to myself, change. No. And then what I do want to think. And I'm constantly having to rewire the old thoughts and feed the new thoughts that I want to create. Because as you said, everything you did in your past when you didn't care and you were just doing whatever became your reality now, right? And you had to pay the price.
Yeah, I paid the price for sure. I paid the price on a hard way, but I can smile on it. I can smile, and this is okay.
And don't have a regret, because it brought you to where you are today, to who you are today.
I don't judge myself. So I know that my life situation is shitty. It's absolutely but I am happy. Maybe not to 100%, but I can smile. I can smile because I try to live in here and now.
Yeah.
And see what surrounds me and what's going on now in this moment.
Yes.
And don't be stuck in the past or make too much thoughts about the future. So future is important. Future needs to be organized too, for sure. But I don't want to do a brainstorm every day and then
manifest and do all that stuff,
Yeah.
However, being aware of what you're creating in the moment, in the now, right now. So, do you, when you're out with nature, what are the thoughts that you're creating while you're in nature? Are you creating that I want more of this?
I don't understand.
So for example, you were talking about the thoughts, the 70% that's just nonsense, right?
Yeah.
So if our thoughts create our reality, what are you creating as you're out in nature and you're reflecting and you're thinking about your life? Are you saying, I want to continue this. I want to find people who are like me. What are you thinking? Or is it just a blank peacefulness?
What I'm thinking. I mean, it's okay. Like I said, life situation is difficult, and I know that I'm also a really, I'm special. Yes, difficult and special sometimes, but just because I try to be natural. Yeah, and to be natural, the most people, I do not have limits.
Yeah.
Somehow, I want to be free. That's the only thing what I really want. I want to be free. So, and in a anarchist way, I also can't accept rules from the society. I have my own rules. I know what is bad, what is wrong, what is good, and everything else.
So you don't fit in. You don't want authority. You don't want to work for a boss. You don't want people telling you how to live your life and when to do this and when to do that. You want to live life on your own terms.
Yes and no. And because sometimes, I can be also really flexible with this, what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And I realized in the mountains that without authority to create a farm or farm life doesn't work. So even when I don't want authority, but somehow authority can be also a good thing. When you have a good leader, a powerful, softly good leader, then you feel secured, someone with a lot of experience, because you can learn from the people.
Yes.
So, and also they can learn from you.
Yeah.
So what I would like is to find a place where people share their experience they have, so that the authority came to balance.
Equality, yeah.
Genau. So, and then everyone knows his work and no one need authority. But I think in the first years, when you start a project from new, you need authority. And this
and maybe it's more like structure as opposed to authority. You need to have the balance of some set of foundational way we work, the way we operate.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just chaos, right?
Yeah.
So,
otherwise, it's just chaos. And I lived a long time in community, and it was mostly like that. It was chaos. Yeah.
And I can really relate, because this journey for me, I've always kind of lived my life for everybody else and kind of been the go-to person for everyone. And so as I was leaving Korea and my son and grandsons, it wasn't packing the suitcase that was the hardest. And the goodbye was the most difficult, because I started feeling guilty. I'm like, what if they need me? What if, they can't survive without me? Of course they're going to survive without me, right? And so now I'm learning, like you, that's why I admire you so much, is to accept myself and to allow myself to be okay, that other people are going to be okay. You know, and they have their life and they can do it. They don't need me. That this time it's about me. So that's why
you are the most important in your life. You're the most important.
And you inspired me through our talks to remind me that, don't follow the trail of all the sheeples. but blaze your own trail, right? Find your own trail.
Yeah. Find your own trail. So difficult as it is sometimes, but I am also sure that I will find my trail, that I also will find my tribe. But it needs time. It just needs time. I realized that what I want from life, I can't do alone. So because I want everything, I absolutely want everything. So that means I want to work with the forest in the wintertime. I want to work with the animals in the summertime. I want to work in the garden in the springtime. And this is quite too much for one guy. And so I would like to live in a little community where everyone have his own little project, but everything is a circle.
Yeah, I grow the potatoes and you grow the zucchinis, and we trade, and everybody has a little job, but it's harmony, right?
Yeah, genau.
Yeah,
so
it's a very symbiotic relationship.
And that no one needs to go to work outside. That what the farm earns, everyone can live on. I know that this is a hard life, but also a hard life can be an easy life.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
So somehow.
Yeah. Well, one thing I've really enjoyed about being here and being off grid is being able to be with the earth, seeing the transformation and how our host here, like Carolina, she makes the most amazing meals out of all the vegetables she gathers on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
And then Garrett, he's the designer of everything, and his knowledge of
He's the head. He's the brain.
Yeah, he's the brain, and how everything gets planted. So everyone has a little job, and then Beaten is a beautiful energy who's around and helps to remind us to play and sing and have fun. And she's amazing in her way too.
She sings really beautiful.
She
This
really
is amazing.
So,
we have here in Vitoletto, there is a little kapelle, a little church. And sometimes Beate is going down to this little church and singing there. This is
operatic. Yeah, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And so in a community like that, everyone has a little niche, a little thing that they are very good at. A skill, and then everybody's skills come together to help each other. And we were talking today about technology. It's like technology and nature don't seem to work, but I feel there's got to be a balance, these days. So
there is a balance. Sorry that I interrupt you.
No, you didn't. But I was actually I digress, because what I wanted to ask you is, so now it's been a year since you've accepted yourself and your path. What do you see for yourself moving forward in the future? Are you just going to allow it to unfold? Or do you have,
of course, I allow it myself to unfold everything, but I don't know what coming as next. So I think it will be a surprise somehow. So it's not so easy to organize life when you're sort of homeless and just live with a backpack. So no, I traveling around. So, and often I'm in Switzerland and work in the mountains there, that I have a little bit of money to look for different places. And also I came here last October, also with the option, maybe that could be a place to stay longer or forever, because I don't want to change that much. I want to change one time. One time, and this needs to be. That needs to be. So, but to find this place, I need to travel around. And so this is what I will do in the autumn, because now in the summertime, I'm also in Switzerland, in North Italia, in South France to work in the mountains as a Holzfäller. So working with wood, so cutting trees and cleaning the terrain, things like that. And so more and more in my head, there are two options are coming. And this is either Portugal, because Portugal...
I like Portugal.
I can believe that. I never was there, really. But I know that there are a lot of natural communities. Or Croatia.
Really?
Croatia must
have
be
no
beautiful.
idea.
Must be beautiful.
Must be
as
beautiful.
fuck. Mein Gott, yeah.
Yeah.
So to be financially secured a little bit with 2,000-3,000 euro, and then
Done.
yeah, to the country and discovering and maybe finding a place.
Yeah.
Helping with internet for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
You have to, and train tickets and all those other things we gotta do.
Yeah.
But you know, you're saying that you're homeless, but you really aren't, because as we had talked earlier, home is where you hang your heart.
Yeah.
Or you put your head at night.
Yeah.
And being a secure person, knowing that you can go to these different places and you can make it work and you can continue to support your living of being who you are and travel. That's amazing. A lot of people are very afraid of leaving their they call stability.
The comfort zone.
But to me, stability is knowing that you can go do these things. That to me is stability. Knowing that you're a survivor, you can go anywhere. You can be up in mountains, you can be in a garden, and you're going to make your way.
Yeah.
You know, so, and you will find your tribe. I always tell my son, you know, I want to find my tribe. He's like, Mom, what's a tribe? Why do you need a tribe? But, you know, sometimes, your extended family who are aligning with your principles and a lot more like yourself, where you can be a collaborative in a community, like what you're saying. That's a tribe.
Yeah, that's a tribe. Exactly.
You know?
That is a tribe.
And I think maybe we're going more and more towards that, where people are either going to be all in the cities and all connected, or they're going to be more into nature and finding the balance between the two worlds. You know?
It's coming to the point that I think actually the best it would be to find a balance between these two worlds, because I know also how it is to be really isolated in the mountains, being alone with yourself, no neighbors 4 kilometers far away. So, and it can be healthy. It can also turn.
Right.
And I realized that it also turned.
Yeah.
So inside of myself. And often I see people, they live alone in the mountains, and nearly every one of them have something
wrong with them, or just because they don't have the socialization.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sure.
Exactly.
People need each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Some people, they can survive without. No? And sometimes I also wished I am one of these guys, but I am not. But I am not.
Yeah.
I need the intercommunication with other people.
Yeah, interrelationships with each other. Sure.
To be in relationships with other people. So I absolutely need that.
And I think that's part of being human.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I always wonder about people, you know, and there are some people who are just completely happy just being, you know, solo by themselves, and they're really antisocial, and that's okay for them. But like you said, people need each other.
Yeah.
And if you find people who support who you are and accept you the way you are, and you accept them the way they are, you know, I think life will be so much easier, right?
Yeah.
So
this is a learning process for everyone.
For everyone.
And everyone can begin here and now.
Yes, exactly.
Genau.
So Tobias, what I'm thinking is, a lot of people out there always say, you know, when I get enough money saved, then I'm going to go, you know, and there's always that saying, if not now, when?
Yeah.
And I've heard so many stories of people who, you know, are working, saving, and then they punch out at their clock at work and they die of a heart attack, and they never get to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems irresponsible just to leave everything and just go, you know, but it's really not. It's more being accountable for yourself and your life and your own journey and your own path, and not being, I guess you would say a slave to societal norms and what's expected of you. And like you said, you didn't fit into that. And I always felt like I never fit into that either. I was like the butterfly. And it's like, when are you going to settle down? But I want to experience this, and I want to go over here and experience that. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to people out there who are watching this and they're on the edge of, I really want to go travel, or maybe they don't know themselves, you know, maybe a young person, or even, you know, someone my age, come on, you know, here I'm in my 60s and I'm finally stepping into my journey personally and not being somebody else's something, what advice could you give to people out there to honor their path and maybe not be scared of the journey? I know that's a big one.
Not being scared.
Not being scared.
Oh my God. I think a lot of people are scared outside.
Yeah.
So because we have just luxury problems. When you are living in a civilization, you need to work. It's like this. You need to work. Without work, you can't pay your rent. You can't pay the car. You can't pay food. You can't do anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, money is important. I came also to the point where I say money is important. I don't have really financial background, and I also would like to own my own farm, but it's not possible because I don't have the money, but it's okay. It's okay. So when you feel that you need to change your life, then you change your life.
Yeah.
This is the only thing what I can tell.
Yeah.
Or what I can say.
So, and I think a lot of people out there feel like, is this all? Is this it? This is life? Is this all it's got to offer? And it's like you said, there was just this tiny little flame left. And it was like, I'm here. I'm still here.
Exactly.
And you have to honor that little flame that says, your soul is telling you it's time to change.
And it's never too late.
And it's never too late.
It's never too late to change. It's never too late to maybe sell everything and change the life living in a van. I mean, you did it also.
I did it. Yeah.
You did it also.
Sold everything.
And your story is so amazing. My God, you were so rich. Also financial secured you was. Total among financial secured, and you changed your life.
Yeah.
Because you came to a point where you said, okay, I can't do that longer. I need another experience. So I think a lot of people outside there, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
So I, along and maybe with you as well, Tobias, is to really encourage people to, challenge themselves to do something that scares them every day. Right? Yeah. And every time you do it, it gets easier and easier to start honoring your path. To book that train ticket, to get that plane ticket, to, I'm doing work exchange to make the ends meet. And it's amazing because I meet people like Tobias and my host, and we become lifelong friends, which is great, right?
Exactly.
And everywhere you go now, you have a family that's international, and you learn new stuff every day. Yeah. And if you stop learning and you stop growing, you just stop. And what's the point?
That's the point.
I really encourage people out there who feel like they're just in this darkness and they're just surviving and there's nothing more to life, to really step outside the box and go, it's time to change.
Yeah, because everything is outside. Everything.
Yeah.
You choose.
Yeah. It's all about choices. We were talking about that, right?
It's all about choices.
All about choices.
Exactly.
And choices you're making today are going to determine your tomorrow. And studying Dr. Dispenza, he says, most people are thinking the same thoughts today that they thought yesterday and the day before. And you can literally take your yesterday and put it on your tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to look exactly the same. So unless you do something different, you can predict your life. It's going to be very predictable. Yeah. And who wants predictable? I want to do something that's going to be different and challenge me. And, and I know that's hard for a lot of people. So,
that is true. That is true.
So really just challenge yourself and blaze your own trail like you're doing. So I super appreciate you sharing your story.
Danke.
Thank you so much. And
thank you too.
Thank you everybody out there for watching. So take some inspiration from Tobias here and think, even if it's just a 2-week long work exchange, in your same country, just try it, stick it. Even if it's just putting a tent in your backyard and seeing what that feels like. Try it, right? Do something different and
walking another path.
Yeah.
Eating another pizza.
Yeah. Like Carolina here says, she says, instead of just brushing your teeth normal, she's, I'll stand on my left leg and I'll brush with my left hand. I was like, do something. Yeah. Even if it's just that at first, it's a little different. It's not the normal memorized actions.
But this is cool. That keeps you alive.
Yeah.
Actually, that keeps you alive. This little sweet things.
Yep.
Grateful. Großartig.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Tobias. Everybody out there, peace and love. Until the next
Ciao.
time. Yeah. Be alive. Go out there. Do it.
Yes.